Hello.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my session. Today we will talk about VMware Anywhere Workspace. For sure, we saw some great announcements and an overview during the conversation and the conference, but I will give you an additional, I would say, technical overview. We will divide it into some pre-recorded demos and also focus on the security part. My name is Arkadiusz. I'm working for VMware as a pre-sales solution engineer in Germany, and let's get the party started. So we know all the challenges in the shift to distributed workforce, especially in the past 2 years when we had the pandemic times. Some challenges: how to secure our devices, how to secure our data, how to get access for our users when it comes to VPNs and cloud applications and so on. And we from VMware, within our Anywhere Workspace technology, I would say providing a complete end-to-end solution. I call it from A to W, Anywhere Workspace, to give our users, partners, and everyone a complete solution. So to manage your devices, access your apps, secure your devices, and also give you a secure access when it comes to access cloud applications, but also, I would say, on-premise application. So let's start with the first pillar within Anywhere Workspace. So WorkspaceOne, that is divided together with WorkspaceOne UEM, Access, Intelligence, and Horizon. So first of all, WorkspaceOne UEM, our unified endpoint management solution, where we are, I would say, supporting any endpoints on any platform, and for sure across any use cases. Means it doesn't matter if you are working with mobile devices, Windows, laptops, Linux devices, or even nowadays VR, HR devices. We, from the WorkspaceOne side of view, supporting all of these. And the cool thing is here that we have only one console for everything. Means that there's no need to divide it into different teams. That the Apple teams have, I would say, a different console, and the Windows guys are working on a different tool, and maybe the mobile team also likes to have something other. We, within WorkspaceOne UEM, have one management console, and we can configure all the profiles, all the configuration from a single point of view, and for sure any use cases. So it doesn't matter if we have fully work-managed devices when it comes especially to our Android fleet, or if we have bring your own devices. Means in nowadays we want to give our users a choice which device she or he wants to use by the end of the day. And the great thing is here, with our centralized agent, WorkspaceOne Intelligent Hub, that runs across all platforms, we have the same user experience by the end of the day. So again, it doesn't matter if we open up Intelligent Hub from a mobile device or from a Windows or a macOS device, everything is looking the same. You have all your applications in one place. You can access everything from, I would say, our one-stop shop, and you can push all your configuration to all the devices. Within WorkspaceOne, and especially we are more diving into intelligence, we have our freestyle orchestrator. We announced during the conference also soon support for mobile devices with freestyle orchestrator. We are giving our customers and partners the ability to configure and to deploy scripts in a very easy way. So with our GUI here, there's no need to do API calls with Postman or other tools. We have everything embedded into WorkspaceOne Intelligence, and we can here configure different onboarding flows or how we push applications, profiles, or configuration by the end of the day to the devices. Because at the moment, without freestyle orchestrator, when we are onboarding devices or pushing configuration to our Windows, Android, or iOS fleet, everything is pushed to the devices, and the user needs to wait when my application will arrive or when the profile will arrive. With freestyle orchestrator here, we have the ability to configure defined flows that the application will arrive after the configuration profile is in place. So very cool stuff. And when it comes to the mobile side, hopefully it will be available soon, like we heard in different sessions. Another part of WorkspaceOne is our WorkspaceOne Assist remote solution. Means that we can give out of our WorkspaceOne UEM console the ability, for example, for our help desk employees, the option to help our users. Means if we have a support call and the user say, okay, my Windows Mac or my mobile device have an issue, no problem at all. Within our WorkspaceOne UEM console, we have the remote support button. We can access the desktop from the user and help her or him to solve his problem. WorkspaceOne UEM is a web-based console. Means we have here several tabs here. So within the device tab, we have an overview how many devices we have enrolled. So in my demo environment, I have some active and some really old devices that were not powered on. When we deep dive into the device, we have several another tabs, so we can see which profiles were deployed, which applications are on the device, and if everything is green check mark and in a healthy state within the UEM console and the one-stop shop, we can configure and see everything. When it comes to applications, we can push internal application, public application, or even purchase application. Means that if we do an Apple DEP enrollment, everything is centralized, and here we have many, many options. When it comes to the profile section, also here, for all the device fleets, different profiles, different configurations that we can deploy and push to the devices and see how this is looking like. Also, when it comes to administrator and user groups of you, we have within one console everything in place that we can check and that we can configure. Next part of WorkspaceOne UEM is our WorkspaceOne Access solution. I would say our identity and access management solution. Means we have the ability to interconnect with several enterprise directories, but also cloud identity providers like Microsoft, Okta, and so on. I would say to get our users onboarded. Yeah, we have the option to deploy several internal connectors like the AirWatch Cloud Connector to deploy or to provision our users from enterprise directory. But if we are talking, for example, about identity providers like Okta, we can also do it in a modern way and in a SaaS approach with skim provisioning. Means that there's no need to deploy on-premise connectors to deploy and to provision these users to the WorkspaceOne UEM. Everything is working in an API automated way. Within WorkspaceOne Access, we have a deep interconnection with WorkspaceOne UEM. Means that we are giving the users with the hub services within Access the ability to access our hub catalog. Means the one-stop shop and the visibility of applications. It doesn't matter if they are on-premise or SaaS application within the intelligent hub. Means across, like mentioned, all devices, everything is looking in the same way. Last but not least, we have a very deep integration into WorkspaceOne Intelligence. Means we have the option to configure with our trust partner network like Carbon Black, Lookout, etc. to collect the data and create automations and reports. And we are also able, within WorkspaceOne Access and WorkspaceOne Intelligence, a kind of risk score. Means that we can decide, or we can let intelligence decide, when the user is coming from an untrusted network, that she or he needs to do an MFA authentication to get access to internal network or to application. Everything is combined together, and everything is within one cloud services console. In addition to this, within WorkspaceOne Access, like I mentioned, we have the option to do multi-factor authentication. For example, with our Intelligent Hub Verify that is embedded into our agent. Means there's no need to install additional application on our mobile devices. For sure, conditional access is also an important topic when it comes to our zero trust journey. And we have the ability to do a really cool and great single sign-on for our mobile devices. So for iOS, but also for Android, together with our WorkspaceOne Tunnel application. To summarize this, WorkspaceOne Access not only an identity and access management solution, but our unified app catalog, multi-factor authentication, single sign-on conditional access, the risk score together with intelligence, and the contextual monitoring. This is our journey to zero trust. So how this is looking like, I would say from a user perspective, here we have Windows 11 device fully enrolled. I'm opening up the WorkspaceOne Access portal. No password, no username is needed to type in because this device is fully managed with WorkspaceOne, and we're doing authentication with certificates and device compliance. Means interconnecting together with WorkspaceOne, we are having the ability to do a, I would say, passwordless authentication and access out of our catalog different kind of applications. So for example, WorkspaceOne UEM and other portals. Next one, to sum this up, again, WorkspaceOne Intelligence, like we heard in some of our EUC keynote session. With WorkspaceOne Intelligence, we have many options to, I would say, to work with the data we are collecting from different devices. Means we can create fancy reports for our WorkspaceOne UEM admins, but we are also able to, I would say, create automations. Means if an event occurs on a device that is maybe not in a healthy state, we can configure several actions, for example, remove profiles, send notifications to users, but also when it comes to employee experience, to create surveys, to ask the user how is the application working, how is the user experience, how is the solution that we are working with together. So different dashboards, CVE scores, etc. So many options. So we would need at least some hours or days to get a deep dive into WorkspaceOne Intelligence. And for sure, and nowadays the next topic that we also heard during the conference, we want to be proactive. Means that we do not want to wait until the user is telling us that she or he has an issue, because we want to monitor the device, and if an event or if a problem occurs, we want to give the users another option to access another application like a native one. Last slide within WorkspaceOne UEM is our VMware Horizon solution, our virtual desktops and application solution. We have many choices to where we run it on. Some of our customers, especially in Germany, still are running on-premise Horizon infrastructures, but within our multi-cloud journey, we are providing the customers the option to deploy VMware Horizon on different platforms or different clouds, like we see here on the screen. And on the right side, in a modern way, as a desktop as a service, we also announce the really modern and cool and very fast way how we will deploy Horizon in the cloud in the future. Then let us focus on the intrinsic security topic. So with intrinsic security here, it is Carbon Black and MTD, so our latest release when it comes to mobile threat defense security for mobile devices. Within Carbon Black, I would say we have the option to secure several kind of devices, yeah? Clouds, endpoints, Kubernetes, and so on. But we, from the EUC side of the house, for sure focusing on Mac, Windows, Linux, and Horizon. Within Carbon Black and the Trust Partner Network, we have an option to do a kind of very deep dive integration when it comes to Carbon Black and intelligence. Means that we can configure different automations if an event occurs. Means if the device gets infected, we can configure automation dashboards to isolate the device, to remove the profiles, I would say, and wait until the device is cleaned up, and then get employees back to work. So really great stuff when it comes to intelligence and Carbon Black. So definitely worth to check it out. And for sure, as a differentiator, also here a lot of dashboards, a lot of options to check in a very detailed kind of way how my device fleet and how my environment from a security side of view is looking like. When it comes to the mobile side, we recently announced the deep partnership with Lookout. So mobile threat defense is one of our latest products that is available for our mobile devices and also for Chrome OS, means that we have integrated mobile threat defense Lookout within our SDK, and everything is combined into the intelligent hub. And there's a first step, and for sure, depending on the use case, no need to deploy additional application, because within our SDK, we have a very deep integration and configuration within mobile threat defense. How this is looking like? So the mobile threat defense console is collecting the device data based on tags, for example, pending, activated, infected. So there are many options that can be configured on a mobile threat defense side. Then for sure, the telemetry and threat synchronization is happening between our intelligent hub SDK and the mobile threat defense. And when it comes to an event, so maybe a malware or a phishing SMS, we are collecting these data and creating automation and alerts within mobile threat defense, WorkspaceOne SDK, and for sure, again, our WorkspaceOne intelligence platform. Next part from the security side of view is our SASE solution. Our SASE solutions have, I would say, different pillars and different products. So first product of the SASE solution is our SD-WAN. With SD-WAN, we have the options to combine, for example, several internet connection into a one big internet connection. Means there's no need to buy and implement expensive MPLS connections, because we are creating a kind of virtual overlay with several external interfaces. And with SD-WAN, we also have the option to interconnect clouds and also to interconnect on-premise data centers. Means in a nutshell, we have simplified WAN operation. Means we have a nice GUI where we can prepare everything in the configuration, kind of a zero-touch deployment. For example, if a customer wants to deploy SD-WAN physical boxes, we can configure everything on a console, ship it to the remote office, the admin power it's on, and we are done. With physical. Is this all part of the SD-WAN solution? Is that part of an extension of the technology that you become a classic protocol? Not really SD-WAN. I would say it's a pillar of SASE. At the moment, when it comes to Blast, we are not supporting or telling our customers to, I would say, push the Blast traffic into the tunnel, because it's not the best way to do. But I know that engineering is working on it, that we are also, I would say, giving the option in the future to control the traffic with SD-WAN, like Blast, PC over IP, etc. Another option when it comes to performance with our physical SD-WAN boxes, we have a higher performance when it comes to, for example, video conferencing system. Ease of cloud adoption means we can deploy physical or virtual boxes all across the globe in our subsidiaries, but also in our cloud hosted solution like Azure or Google or Amazon. And we have the choice. So if a customer wants to buy physical VeloCloud SD-WAN boxes, he or she can. And if not, we can also deploy it as a virtual appliance. Second part of SASE is our cloud web security solution. With cloud web security, we are giving the admins and the users secure access to the internet, and for sure to internet application. Means we can do URL filtering. Means that we can decide by the end of the day which categories or which URL a user can access or not. And this one is working together with SD-WAN and our tunnel solution. Another benefit is an anti-malware and a sandbox solution. Means before a user is downloading content from the internet, it will be inspected immediately within a sandbox. And when the system marks it as with a green check mark, then it is safe. CASB, Cloud Access Security Broker. Here we can define in detail which SaaS application a user can access, and which action she or he can do. Means, for example, when I'm accessing a OneDrive application, I can define in detail, okay, I as a user can upload and download content, but I'm not allowed, for example, to delete important stuff out of the OneDrive, Google, etc. And also, like mentioned, protecting document and email attachment before anything is downloaded from the internet. It will be inspected into or within a sandbox, and when it's marked with a green check mark, we are safe and can download it. Secure Access is our modern cloud VPN solution. I call it, I would say, putting our unified access gateways into the cloud, but in a very modern way. Means there's no need, I would say, to deploy legacy VPN solutions in different subsidiaries. We from VMware and from the SASE side of you saying, okay, we are deploying a secure access all around the globe within different POPs of presence. For example, when I'm now accessing an application from San Francisco, I do not want to go to my data center in Germany, do a green check, I'm here, I'm Arkadiusz, and then back to San Francisco to access, I would say, Salesforce or another application. So with POPs of presence, we can deploy this Kubernetes / Wavefront containers all around the globe. Means that the user always get the shortest path to access, I would say, by the end of the day, the target means the cloud application or the data center application. Within or from the client side of you, this is everything working with our lovely tunnel application that we already know from the WorkspaceOne UEM stuff. So the tunnel is deployed on mobile or, I would say, fat client devices and is communicating with secure access within the cloud. And then we are doing the magic stuff with SD-WAN, cloud web security, to give the user the best user experience, and I would say the option to do a full VPN or a per-app VPN in a really modern way. So how this is looking like, I would say, from an administrative, from an admin perspective, on a VeloCloud orchestrator console. Here we see the VeloCloud orchestrator console. I have one virtual box deployed. Yeah, my lab is hosted at OVH, so we see here the IP address and the application that my VeloCloud box is deploying. Means within the links, I have a stable connection, and within the path, we see different SD-WAN peer names that are deployed in the cloud. Really cool monitoring. We see which application from which source and destination the user is accessing and how the traffic is looking like. So not only from admin, but also from monitoring perspective. Cloud web security, like described, everything is starting with a security policy. Here, my default security policy, we have the option to bypassing traffic, for example, our AirWatch WorkspaceOne UEM cloud. And here we can define within the URL filtering that I, for example, want to block or allow different categories like gambling, games, etc. But I also can, I would say, based on domains, allow, for example, LinkedIn that the user is able to access. Within content filtering, we can define several file types that are able to upload and download. So we can define an action, a now or a deny. And for sure, we want to inspect all the traffic. Next part, secure access. Our cloud VPN solution here, as I mentioned, we have a very deep integration with WorkspaceOne UEM. So we are deploying Kubernetes, I would say, Wavefront container and interacting here with WorkspaceOne UEM. We are picking DNS servers and local IP range. And here we are defining our POPs of presence all around the world. And when everything is done, we can associate our cloud web security to the secure access part. And by checking this, my POPs for sure in the Europe region are in service, are green, and everything is looking fine. Cloud web security is intercepting I would say, the SSL traffic. Means that we need to deploy a kind of certificate to do the man in the middle, and this is done here via our WorkspaceOne UEM solution. And in addition to this, we can also integrate WorkspaceOne Access to have a very cool user experience. Last but not least, how this is looking like on a UEM side of view. Within the enterprise integration and the tunnel, in the past we always had here, I would say, our unified access gateways. And here we see our secure access configured in the cloud with the DNS name. I have several device traffic rules, so a full VPN and a per app VPN. We are bypassing some traffic and sending within the full VPN the remaining traffic into the tunnel. And with a test connection, we will getting here the information that our secure access POPs of presence are available and working in the cloud. So now, as a last demo, how this is looking like from a user perspective when we are, I would say, consuming the complete Anywhere Workspace stack. Means devices enrolled in UEM, we have Carbon Black installed, we have secure access, I would say, deployed in the cloud, and we have an SD-WAN edge in the data center to access the on-premise application. Because WorkspaceOne UEM and secure access with SD-WAN is the first step into SASE. So again here, WorkspaceOne Windows 11 fully managed device, intelligent hub with a unified app catalog. So I have several applications configured. Carbon Black sensor is installing on the device. Within my support tab, I see as a user how many devices I have enrolled. And I'm also able, I would say, to enroll an additional one. My Carbon Black sensor is installed via WorkspaceOne UEM. And my tunnel application is also configured with a full VPN. And the excluded domains are, I would say, already configured on the UEM side. Again, certificate-based authentication with device compliance for the user. I will fast forward here. Here we have the option to access also our lovely Horizon application with true SSO. Again, no password, no username. I can access, I would say, the other SAML-based application. And from our catalog, you remember I allowed LinkedIn to access for the users. And sorry. And here, social network is blocked by cloud web security, means that the user or the user group is not able, I would say, to access social network, gambling websites, etc. The last piece, when it comes to, I would say, integrating with SD-WAN here, I'm accessing an internal connection into my data center here. Our Horizon admin console means with the SD-WAN appliance, there's no need to deploy additional unified access gateways. Everything is working in a modern way. And I can even, I would say, gain access or allow access to internal applications like RDP, HTTPS, or other applications for sure, based on your business policies. So if you like it or not, please take a survey. I hope you enjoyed the complete Anywhere Workspace journey, and thank you for your time.